You can take simple steps to prepare for hurricanes, including getting a COVID-19 vaccine and building a ready kit.
Do you like homosexuals? Do you like lesbians? Do you like transgender peeps? If so, let's all be friends. Friends, let's be super gay friends. Let's force the whole world to be gay. And all be super gay friends.
I want to say thank you, but I looked at your profile and I see, you're super conservative. You got your American flag and stuff all in your content and stuff, and it's just very Blue Lives Matter-ish. And I just want to say, honestly, even if you were being genuine, okay, that's fine, but I feel very uncomfortable when white people comment on my physical attributes or something about me, like my hair or my skin or my teeth, because 150 years ago, probably not even that long ago, your Meemaw or Pawpaw would have seen my hair and put it in a couch cushion. Or they would have seen my beautiful skin and they would have made it into some shoes or a jacket. So I feel very uncomfortable when white people compliment specific attributes, especially my hair, because a lot of y'all be wanting to pet me and touch my hair.
It's really disturbing the number of white women who are within the health and wellness and therapy spaces who actively deny the system of white supremacy and the role that they play within it. I'm a music therapist. It's a predominantly white woman-dominated field, and the number of conversations that I've had with people who become extremely upset at being called in to examine their privilege is seriously disconcerting. These are the same people who state that they cannot possibly have any prejudice or bias because they work with people of color, and that makes no sense. How do you have these conversations with their clients? There is no such thing as cultural competency, only cultural humility, and we need to be humble when we are learning about our roles within this system. Examine your privilege.
I'm at the point with this country that all this 4th of July decorations doesn't sit well with me, because we're at a point where the American flag on any piece of anything, hanging from your house, on your shirt, hanging from your fucking car, on a sticker on your car, whatever, it looks racist. The fact that it was the symbol of the protests against masks, and it was the symbol for all lives matter and blue lives matter. It's it screams racist to me. It screams colonizer. It screams I don't season my food. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to celebrate 4th of July anymore. 4th of July is officially canceled. I'm tired of seeing the fucking 13 colonies flags everywhere in California when we're not a fucking 13th colony. Also, 4th of July is overrated. Fuck the fireworks. And thanks for coming to my TikTok.
And he was so fucking sure he had the right. But he's ugly, and I'm glad he's dead, cause there was no fucking candle in his pumpkin head. You're not special.
What kept me down? What oppressed me? I work for myself. I'm off the streets to where I am right now. You gonna see.
You got where you are through your very hard work, but also through affirmative action. It's so funny how you're like, look at me, I was able to do everything even though I grew up on the streets. And yet you don't understand that the reason why you grew up on the streets is actually because of systemic racism. See, you got to where you are despite being black. Now, I can't speak from your experience because you're black. Obviously, I am not, but I am a woman. And I do understand that I have to work twice as hard as that man. And I gotta be careful about how I say things because I'll just be a Karen. You don't even make as much as your white counterparts. What's it, 60 cents for every dollar? Someone you watch over could actually be making more than you. But yeah, pat yourself on the back, pat.
What is something that you'll get a lot of hate for if you say it out loud?
Integration was not the answer. Quite frankly, I think integration was one of the worst things to happen to the black community. Just being real. Because it wasn't even true integration, it was just desegregation. Wasn't the same thing. Integration should have been dismantling both the black and white structures and creating a new structure, integrating two different things into one. Instead, what really happened was they just took down the whites only signs and just put us in their spaces. Not the same thing. And quite frankly, You know, racism and violence aside, segregation didn't sound that bad. Because the idea of an all-black school, all-black pool, all-black movie theater, all-black restaurants, that doesn't sound bad to me. I truly believe the fight was more so for equality of resources, but I don't think we was trying to sit with y'all to sing Kumbaya, but that's just me.
Oh, hi. Due to America being a hot, steaming pile of garbage continuously, I will not be celebrating 4th of July or Thanksgiving now or ever.
But I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true.
Anxiety around receiving criticism is normal, but when white people hear feedback around race, it turns into outright panic. I don't know about you, but I'm not a very teachable person when I'm panicking. We have to calm down. Robin DiAngelo makes a really striking point in White Fragility about how we equate the concept of racism with being intentionally hateful people. That's a dastardly defense mechanism of white supremacy, and it's just not true. If I could beam one thing into the minds of every American, it's this: you can be a kind, gentle, intelligent, generous person and still believe the lies you've been told, act as if they're true, and benefit from the culture that this collective delusion has created. If that stirs up some big feelings for you, you're not alone. Let's talk about managing those feelings.
Listen to you. You can't start off by calling people colonizers.
This too is white supremacy. White people never miss an opportunity to let you know that their solidarity with you is optional, that you're dependent on their understanding, and that if you're not nice while asking for it, then they have the option to tap out because that is their option. Because racism for them is a special interest, and racism for you is your life. By asserting that we need her to have good, happy, sparkly little feelings in her tum-tums in order to understand racism, she's flexing her own racial dominance because she's putting her comfort before other people's lives. What this person wants you to know is that you need her, and she needs you to be nice to her. Otherwise, she won't give a shit because everything she says is conditional.
Did you know it's illegal to be straight this weekend? Because it's Pride. That's the law. That's the law. I don't make the law. It's the law, you know? You have to follow the law. Right? She agrees.
Story time. I taught math for 1 year at a charter high school. I would never send my kids to a charter high school anyway. One day, a white kid who honestly I really didn't like got into a fight with a black kid who I absolutely loved. The black kid had actually been recently adopted by his social worker as he was in the foster system for a few years. Really neat kid. Anyway, these two get in a fight. They're on the ground, you know, rolling around, fighting as teenagers do. And I let the two more experienced teachers, or so I thought, take care of it, these two males. White males, I don't know if that matters, but I think it probably does. And I watched them escalate the situation and automatically blame the black kid for it. And that kid was way more respectful, way more well-behaved than the white kid. So to this day, there's no way in hell I believe he started that fight. Anyway, I actually had to stop in to pull a teacher off of the kid. And I'm yelling at the teacher, "What the F are you doing?" And I tell the black kid to stand behind me because I'm honestly disgusted. And the white kid went over to the two teachers. And yeah, I yelled at those two teachers. I only taught 1 year.
I recently came out as non-binary to my fianc, and he's having a hard time switching my pronouns. Let's see if this helps.
Hi, I'm Jax, and I just came up with new neo-pronouns that combine he, him, she, her, and they, them, okay? So hear me out. They, them, theirs, okay? They, them, their, whatever you want to consider it, right? Let's take the first one, the, okay? This combines she, he, and they, right? They. The. That's what they said, you know? That's what they said. Next, we got them, right? Okay, so them, we got, that's just combining them and him. Them, you know? I went to a movie with him the other night. Last one, theirs, okay? It's just like theirs, but like also like hers. Theirs. That jacket's theirs. Yes, this just sounds like they, them pronouns, but with the new ultra-scientific method. We have them so they've combined he and she as well. Everybody gets you with thee, them, theirs today.
How do you identify? I am Alice, call me she. My brother Danny is he. Avon is our oldest sibling. They are non-binary. What's non-binary, you say? They use the pronouns them and they. You see, families come in lots of different ways. My friend Ellie honors her 2 moms on Mother's Day. Look, she has 2 mommies.
No daddy.
No daddy. And Priya down the street has 2 amazing daddies. Unconditional love is what makes a family.
Kink belongs at Pride. Children belong at Pride. Kink is not inherently sexual and has a deep-seated history in the LGBT community. It's not like a minor seeing someone wearing a collar is going to traumatize them.